couple of seconds late today. Apologies, everyone. All right. I'm going to jump in right around now. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Eastern Conference Roundup. 3 months we've been doing this show, and it's awesome to always see you here. We are your place for MLS Eastern Conference news, reviewing the weekend. Some of us had a great weekend. Some of us had a very bad weekend.
Yeah.
And you're going to get to live all of that again with us here on the show. Now, first, I want to introduce Jared, head capo from the Sons of Ben, Philly supporter, of course. He's here with us tonight, filling in for T'other Jared, as we might say in the UK. And then we have Garrett, of course, as always, Atlanta fan, Five Stripes Carolina, here with us. Matt at For the Crew podcast, wishing he wasn't part of that For the Crew podcast this week. And me, Tyler, bringing you the Nashville lowdown, the Nashville news, and a tricky weekend that I think overall has come out pretty good. But don't forget, if you're here, please let us know your thoughts in the chat. Tonight, we're going to round up some of Wednesday's games. We're going to go through quite fast through those because there's plenty to talk about from this weekend as well. And then, yes, look at the Matchday 22 weekend fixtures for the Eastern Conference of MLS. Let us know which game you're most excited to hear about and talk about tonight in the chat. That'd be awesome. And don't forget to follow these lovely people in front of me and also hit the like and subscribe button while you're here. But I'm sure we'll see our regulars in the chat, no doubt. All right. Where do we start tonight? Where should we start? Anyone got a preferred starting point tonight? I'm tempted to dive into...
I say let's quickly go through some of the news that's... We'll start with the Wednesday games, then we'll get into the news that we've had over the weekend.
Yeah.
So
let's break that up nicely. Any preferred game?
I say we start off hot. Let's go ahead and start off hot with... Let's go hot and let's go aggressive with this one. Jared, okay. What you got to say about the interaction with Miami?
Philadelphia. So this is Philadelphia 2.
We are starting it off hot.
Into Miami.
After doing it for 3 months.
And 2 red cards.
Should have been more, honestly. But first, appreciate you guys for having me on. I love coming on and talking Union. Yeah, overall, I was relatively pleased with how the Union started out. I thought we came out on the right foot and really put the pressure on Miami early. Obviously, even giving up 2 goals in quick succession and 1 to Messi is never fun. But I don't know what's been going on in the locker room, but whenever we're in a rough game and we go into halftime, Ryan Richter just says something, and these guys just come out like firing on all cylinders. Like you saw it against NYC, you saw it against Atlanta, you saw it against Miami. Like we just come out and just like it's a completely different team. So it's been really encouraging seeing that, and I think having the injection of Kai Wagner back in the lineup, the introduction of Neil, the reintroduction of Quinn and Cav getting more minutes has been something that's really lit a fire under this team. But if we want to jump like all the way to the end of the game, not even to the end of the game. Like first, and I'm sure Tyler, you have thoughts about this, but I am extremely pissed off that Miami consistently stays in the locker room past the halftime mark.
We talked about that when we played them too.
I wasn't sure how often it's been happening, but like it was a good solid 3 minutes that we were waiting, and there was an MLS like official standing right in front of the river, and we're just like standing yelling at him like go get them, like do something about it, and he just like stared at us, and it's like I don't know, like I know that Miami is the league's darling, but like they have quickly become the villains of the entire league. Like I don't think there's a single fan base that has anything nice to say about Miami. And it's like there's just and like you see it later in the game, but like there's just a clear disrespect for every other team in this league. And I'm sure you guys feel the same, but like I'm just tired of it. I mean, you see Messi like hitting Quinn in the back of the head for no reason other than the fact that Quinn like bumped him. Like, I'm sorry, this is footy. Like, get used to it. It's a physical game. And then their defender basically teabagging Quinn, for, like stepping over him for absolutely no reason, literally going out of his way. And it's just like, what are we supposed to do at this point? Like, we're not protecting the players. We're letting Miami just do whatever they want in this league. And so like, I'm surprised that there weren't things thrown on the field. towards the end of the game, like when we played, I think it was when we played Atlanta a couple years ago, when it was like dollar dog night, and one of the Atlanta players took a dive in the box and faked an injury, and we were not happy about that. But regardless, like it was just a mess of a night, and yeah, the Sullivan brothers were not having it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, do I love Quinn's reaction? No, he probably should have gotten a red card for that. Like, I'm happy it was only a yellow. But you know, Cav is never gonna let that slide. Like he sees his brother like getting jumped by 3 different guys. Like he's gonna get jumped in, and then gets throat punched by a grown adult. And
for people that are also probably confused by this in the future, they're watching this later on. Cavin's 17.
16. He's a minor.
16, sorry. 16.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
Doesn't play like it.
Yeah, it's wild. No, he's a beast.
Yeah, he's been getting better every single game. He's been impressed, and like I don't know if you guys saw the report from Galasso today, but like apparently he went to FO and was like, I want to play more. So clearly like he's doing much better than I thought he was gonna do. But all that to say, I am sick and tired of Miami's shenanigans, and like there's no reason why we shouldn't be holding Miami to the same standard as we are the rest of the league.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I feel like obviously we have a nice relationship with Miami, and Messi's just. I mean, everything Messi does in terms of the way he behaves on the pitch is pretty much I run this league, and I don't think I've ever seen him do anything but intimate I run this league from, the whole yellow card thing that everyone else in the world gets booked when they do that. But apparently, if you do it and you're Messi, you can do it every week, and it's absolutely fine.
The ball did it this weekend too.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Yeah, the ball did it off of the dive.
Yeah, that drives me absolutely mad. The staying behind thing, I assume it's just because they're all ancient and they need a little bit of extra time in there to catch their breath, because it feels like that. Yeah, I think they think it's a retirement home. Maybe they're just I don't know what they're doing.
And Argentina did it too in the World Cup. So
yeah, it's
like, is this just like a thing that Messi is doing? Be like, hey, like let's just mess with everybody and just like stay in the locker room. Like they're not going to do anything about it because I'm Messi.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
kind of want to talk about this. So stepping with that, because it's like we talked about this we talked about this kind of like briefly on a previous show with Argentina getting fines for their actions in the World Cup. Messi did receive a fine for what was happening, but they didn't disclose what that fine was, what the fee was, which I think it's ultimately going to be like a slap on the wrist kind of thing, and it's probably going to be minuscule at most. It's not going to be something that you're going to write headlines about. That's why they said undisclosed.
You're talking about for the
I
slap.
don't get at all.
Yeah,
for the slap.
Yeah, I had someone online try and tell me that MLS is soft and it happens in Argentina all the time, so it's okay. And I'm like, it's written in the bylaws you can't touch someone else's head.
Yeah, no,
I wouldn't take the standard of refereeing in Argentina as what should be okay.
I wouldn't take the standard. Matt, I'll go one step further. I wouldn't take the standard of refereeing in South America.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Yes.
It's a different game than the rest of the world.
Yeah, arguably. I mean, yes, I think this is a problem. I think it's a widespread problem. I've seen the same at Nashville. I mean, both halves, they came out late. I don't know if you were aware of that, but before the game, they came out after we set off all our fireworks and everything and set up the pre-match, which is there to entertain the fans. It's there as part of the show. And they decided, we're not going to turn up to that. So we set off all our fireworks and all the music to the point that it just gets turned off. And then they walk out in silence pretty much, other than the boos that we gave them, of course. And then same thing in the second half, at least 5 minutes after after the Nashville players were out there. I mean, the Nashville players made the most of it. They started getting at the referee. Good time to chat to the referee, make sure that he knows what they're doing, and make sure that, the next foul that we faced, they got a yellow card. So I don't mind my players doing that and talking to the referee and making a point, especially if they're going to sit and waste time. Good time to hang out with the referee, get to know him, and make sure he's on your side. But I don't really know what to do about it in terms of the league. And I mean, I think they're desperate. Let's look at their results. They drew against you guys, which, I mean, and no disrespect to you guys at all. You're actually on the resurgence. You're a team that's in great form.
We will take a draw against Miami any day of the week. Like,
exactly.
We've never beaten Miami in the Messi era. So a draw at home after the first half of the season that we had is great, and anything to take away points with them getting a trophy is fine
Yeah.
by me.
Exactly. And I mean, that's the point that we're at now.
It says a lot about them. It says a lot about them that they couldn't beat Columbus at home.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with the way that we've been playing right now. Yeah.
This comment from Delroy Morgan right here. There should be a rule that the game starts exactly after the 15-minute half, whether they're on the field or not. I agree with it because they have that rule for like when you're celebrating. Like if everyone's off the pitch, they can technically restart the game if they're ready to go.
Yeah. That's why you'll see. I don't know if anyone ever sees that. Palacios is the man that does it for Nashville most of the time. He'll just stand on the halfway line, no matter everyone celebrating. He'll always make sure that he's there. But yeah, Philly, like I say, and as Bennett's mentioned here, one of the hottest teams in MLS right now. You're doing really well. And so to get, Miami are in not a good position. But as you said there, I think the league in general, you said you don't want to let them have silverware, and they don't want to let them have a trophy. I think there is a kind of move against them in a more serious way now, I think, as a league, as a fan base. I don't know what you guys think on that.
It's been that way for a while, at least across every single fan base. I've been anti-Miami since the day that Messi stepped foot in the door. Atlanta fans, for the most part, whenever they would come to town, it's filled with booze. That's been that way ever since he got here. And it's going to continue to be that way. I think it's going to get more violent now when it comes down to it. I think you can see to a point to where it's going to get chippy in the tunnel right from the get-go because the teams are going to get involved with it now. I'm interested to see like how it's going to play out. It makes me want to go to when we were playing against Miami and Atlanta again because you have access directly to the players' tunnel. Like you get to like almost touch these players in the Atlanta tunnel. Yeah, and I kind of want to just be there just to see how chippy it gets throughout the rest of the year if they continue doing this.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, let's just talk about the red card a little bit more on that. Obviously, it gets rescinded for Kevin. He gets that. I mean,
he literally did nothing. Like I watched the replay so many times. Like all he did was jump in and defend his brother. He didn't throw a punch. He didn't even two-hand shove. Again, as I said, like if any if any Union player should have gotten a red card, it should have been Quinn. And I'm very thankful that he did not get a red card. But yeah, I was glad that the team appealed the decision, and it was a unanimous decision to repeal it. And it worked out in our favor. We can talk about that later, but like I do appreciate that justice was served. I'm a little surprised that there was like no additional red cards for Miami. I mean, I do know that with the disciplinary stuff that if there is an additional suspension for, was it Bright? If there's an additional suspension for him, it wouldn't be announced until after this past weekend's game. So at this point, I'd be very surprised if there was an additional suspension, but I'm just like, he assaulted a minor. I don't care. Like, if you do it any other way, he throat punched a 16-year-old. Like, if you don't have enough like wherewithal as a grown adult, even on like the field of sport, like you are in the wrong place.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, what was even going on? Like, talk to me about Frey. It's Frey, isn't it, that ends up causing this effectively?
Yes. So, Quinn went down, and like originally, like we were calling for a pen because obviously, like our player went down, like we won a penalty. But like after seeing it, like there was just nothing there, and then Frey, so Quinn was down, and Frey kind of like went out of his way to step over his legs, but as he did it, just like grabbed his head with like both hands and kind of like pushed him towards his crotch and teabagged him. So like that should have been a red card in and of itself. Like I don't even know, because I think it was Bright got the red card. I don't even know what it was such a mess, and my back is to the field most of the time. So like by the time that I realized that something was going on and I turned around, like there was just a scrum of people everywhere. And obviously I'm pissed because I see like 4 guys jumping on Quinn, and I'm just like, we're not doing this. This man just got back. But yeah, it was just unnecessary. And it's like the tactics that we see Miami needing to pool because they're not winning a game. and they're holding on for dear life to draw a game against one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference through the first half. It's like, guys, be so for real. Like you should not need to be like wasting time like attacking our players just to try and salvage a single point.
I mean, that's Miami right now.
Yeah.
Miami right now.
Going back to like just the attack on Cavan, I'm surprised. I mean, there was some outcry about it, but there wasn't nearly as much outcry as, say, like for instance, with the RSL situation during the offseason. I feel like this should have been blowing up because, like, literally, like he talked about it, he's a minor, and
it was,
If that mean that it was like kind of like, okay, we got to fight. It's just whatever. Like this is serious. Like that. I will go as far, and I'm not saying this as a Miami hater. I'm saying this just as a person who watches sport. If an adult goes after a child, forget the red card. He should have been arrested.
Yeah. I mean, we had some people on, like, Union fans, like, online jokingly asking, but, like, also, like, kind of serious to be like, hey, like, lawyers out there, like, well, what can we do in this situation? And there were some people who were like, I can't believe you're asking for lawyer help for this. And it's like, dude, it's a 16-year-old. He got punched. Like, what do you mean? Like, we shouldn't be asking about this?
A 16-year-old got punched by a 24-year-old.
Yeah.
No way, shape, or form, regardless of what arena it's in, what setting it's in, is that acceptable.
Yep.
I hate to say it, but I really just think that because it's Miami, like, they're just kind of given a blind eye to so many of these things. Like, I think if it was, like, if any other team in the league did this, like, if, like, I'm talking, like, same exact situation, just straight swap teams, I think you're looking at much more serious, like, infractions for this. And it's like,
it's sad. It's sad it's sad that we believe that.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm just saying it's sad that right now we're saying that, and we could technically be joking about it, but that's a real thing. That's the reality of it now.
Yeah,
is that if the script was flipped, we have more serious punishment coming that way, and that's just the reality of it. We've seen it before. The bias is real.
Imagine if it's a Philly player punching Messi.
That's all I said. If it was Messi, that's a much bigger suspension for.
That's a 6-game suspension right off the bat.
It's not going to take a week for them to figure that out.
No.
Yeah.
And again, I understand that I am insanely biased, and I understand that, like, a lot of, like, true Miami fans, not the plastic fans, like,
like 12 people.
Well, may also, like, not be happy with the situation, but, like, the amount of battles that I was having to fight online because people were saying that there was nothing wrong with the entire situation, and that the league is soft, was just absolutely ridiculous. Like, you cannot, and people tried to say that the Allen Iverson step over was the same thing. I'm like, no, it's not.
I saw that.
Not even remotely.
The fact that Frey didn't, he looked down at Sullivan and changed where he was walking so he could step over him.
That reminds me. When Messi slapped Quinn, he looked over to the referee, made sure he wasn't looking, and then slapped him.
Yep.
I mean, that's the kind of he's a little.
Yeah, it's classless.
He's played a lot. He's played a long time. He knows how to get away with it. But you shouldn't really be able to get away with it in this day and age. I think
cameras are everywhere.
I do feel like I think it's tricky as soon as you start putting a 16-year-old on a football pitch to play against men. There is a men's league. Like back home where how I grew up, I could play against men at 16. I could play against men at 15. I do think obviously punching a 16-year-old wasn't really the point of him being on the field. I do think we have probably more issues if we do start to then say it's a tricky one for me. You shouldn't punch anyone fundamentally.
To me, it's not a gray area. A hard tackle, welcome to the big boy league. But when you're going out of your way to, like, extend your arm and actually cause physical harm to somebody, it's a different story.
I think you got to also, but I do think, and I don't mean to be the only person on here that's controversial to this, but when you're in the changing room in a men's league of any sort of football game, any soccer game, you don't think of that 16-year-old as a kid. Physically, he's not built like a kid because he's been training in this for a lot longer. The mentality he plays with, the way he plays is like a man. And I think when you get on the pitch like that, the age does disappear. I understand he shouldn't do that, and it's wrong, and there shouldn't be a fight anyway. I think arresting the man for the kind of scuffle you'd have with anybody, I think is a bit harsh. But I do feel like fundamentally, if we go back to Miami, they're desperate. They're clutching at straws. I mean, they spent the whole Nashville game at Julius Park just moaning to the referee, and they were behind and just moaning at him rather than trying to win the game. Wasting.
if we want to go further back, the 2023 playoffs. After they scored a goal, Luis Suarez pushed Brad Guzan in the back of the net after they already scored. So it's not a new thing that we're seeing now. It's just now we're tired of seeing it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I don't know how long this can really go on. I mean, well, let's move forward. We've had a good amount of time on this.
We've had 20 minutes on this one.
Sorry.
No, it was good. This is good. But ultimately, Philly, not in a bad way. Let's move through some of these scores quickly. DC United 0, New England 3. We had Orlando 1, Chicago 2. Of course, T'other Jared isn't here, but
he's right there. He's right there. What do you mean? Yeah.
Oh man, how many people?
He switches time as a Philly fan. He doesn't want to be. Have you ever seen Jared, the two Jareds in the same spot at the same time? No, we never have.
This is a good point.
The one World Cup watch along.
Though I don't remember that.
I never saw this.
That never happened.
So that Chicago game, Lewandowski, of course, getting that penalty that gets that win for them against Orlando. Orlando, a team who I think have been doing fairly well, but not so good on this show this week. New York Red Bulls 0, Nashville 1. This was a boring game. This was really dull. Nashville did what, can't say it yet, but potential champions might do, and get a win in the 90th minute. In fact, that's been the story of our week. Didn't look very good all game, but we got our first win at Red Bulls. And yeah, that's there's not much to say about that game. There really is not much to say about that game. We didn't look very good. We didn't look very exciting. We looked tired, actually, post Inter Miami win at the weekend before. And that was it. Quite frankly. And I'm good to move on if you guys are good to move on from that one.
Yeah.
We got plenty to talk about later. Toronto 3, Charlotte FC 3. Charlotte just scoring all the goals at the minute. You don't get a Charlotte game without a bunch of goals in it. Toronto picking up that red card. I think it was Zimmerman that got that red card in midweek as well. And loads of goals. Good game to watch. And then Minnesota 1, Atlanta United 2. Garrett.
Yep, it was good. It was a heck of a game. I mean, outside of Minnesota controlling possession for most of that game, just absolute domination to start off. Just completely controlling the game. Minnesota let us kind of play our game. They kind of played a little further back. They kind of scared us a little bit when they tied it, when they equalized it in the 58th minute. But of course, Miyamba getting a good goal there, cutting inside and scoring there to go ahead and secure the win for us. I've talked us a bunch. We have collapsed a lot of games in the 70th minute. We're actually winning games now in the 70th minute, which is huge. So now we'll talk about the next one after this one. But after the Minnesota game, two wins in a row, vibes high. It was good going back into a home game, and a lot of big news that came out shortly after that was announced the day before the Sunday game. And we'll get to that later on.
And Hoyos actually was the GOAT in that game for once.
Hoyos actually played pretty decent. I'm still not sold on him. My opinion on him is not great. But
no, I know.
Yeah. It's if I gotta say one thing about Hoyos, Hoyos is doing pretty good right now, but the one thing we got that he has to really fix is that he has to be able to dominate the game in the net. I don't think we've had a game since I don't think we've had a game with him in net where we haven't conceded at least one. So that's a problem. Our only clean sheet that I remember that we've had was when Jaden Hibbert was playing in the US Open Cup against Charlotte, up in Charlotte. So we'll have to see what he can do this weekend against Charlotte. We'll talk about that also later on as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was impressed. I actually thought you guys looked pretty decent, and we kind of jumped on your stream for the end of that, and it was actually it wasn't the Atlanta United team I thought I'd see, and I thought Hoyos' distribution was actually pretty decent. He made a big save in around the 70th minute, and I was fairly impressed. I mean,
if I can say one thing though, I'm impressed with Junior Alonso. He's definitely made his presence felt in that back line at center back. He's definitely a guy we were missing when we had like guys like Derek Williams, and a good replacement for Mihai, who probably is out the door. I think him and Diaz have been good additions to the team so far in the short contributions we've seen them in.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, quickly moving forward then. Cincinnati 2, NYCFC 1. New York City FC, not having the best moments. And then, of course, there's one game I haven't mentioned, Matt, isn't there?
Yeah. I was hoping to skip it.
Yeah, you got close. I was teasing you with it. I was just like going through all the other games. It was actually
I was like, oh yeah, he got past it.
It was the top on my list, and I've actually come back.
It's the only Wednesday game you put in the notes, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I didn't get all the way through Wednesdays in the notes. That is Columbus 1, Montreal 2. I mean, talk to me about the feelings. Just isolate Wednesday if you can. Try not to let it bleed into the weekend. How was the feeling?
Well, okay, so I'm actually the feeling was I was gonna go to the Charlotte game beforehand. Okay. I don't know if you guys remember when we lost to Charlotte. I wasn't too bothered by it. I was like, okay, we lost this game. We never win in Charlotte. We had a rotated lineup. Like
Leagues Cup matches.
You were celebrating the fact that you walked out there with no injuries. That was the big thing.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. And then I was like, okay, we're gonna have a home game against Montreal. Montreal hasn't won a game since May. I feel good. Okay, we can start making the season matter again. And then we come into that game. We lose 2-1. Montreal scored all 3 goals. They scored their 2 goals and an own goal. We didn't really have any chances in that game. We've already had a center back issue, and our center back Camacho gets a yellow card and gets injured and gets taken out of the game in the 13th minute. And our our big center back signing in Eric Bailly was signed over a month ago now and hasn't played a minute yet. And so
I forgot he signed.
We look, yeah.
Is that fitness?
Is he still going through visa stuff right now, or what's going on?
No. He's in Columbus. He's been in Columbus. He's been in Columbus for 2 or 3 weeks now.
Fitness,
and it has to be fitness. I don't know the answer. Courtois says he'll be playing soon. I don't know if that means Wednesday or the weekend or what. But it just kind of amplified the fact that we don't have center backs when Camacho got taken out. We brought in Cesar Rufalcaba. Yeah, and it was just rough. We had like 65% possession in that game and didn't look dangerous at all. And it was a whole lot more disheartening than the Charlotte game was. It kind of looked like this team is done for the year. It felt that way. Yeah, we had a ton of possession. I think we took 6 shots the whole game. I think 2 were on target. It was just bad. And I don't know. It just it didn't bode well for the team, and
the worst was yet to come.
And honestly, I will get to it. I don't even know if it's the same issue that we had at the weekend. But we'll get to that. It was just rough. It was a game where everyone was going into it pumped up, and I think everyone left deflated.
Yeah. I mean, your expected goals there is 0.31, so you weren't spending much time in the box all game.
No. And the thing is, Montreal wasn't particularly dangerous that whole game, but they took their chance. They scored one of the best goals I've seen all year to win the game.
Yep. But you dominated possession. Well, no,
and we do that regularly.
Yeah, I saw it.
I won't say I think most games we win the possession battle. But it doesn't matter if you can't do anything in the final third.
You're not doing anything with it.
Yeah.
The own goal was so bad. The MLS app didn't even post about it.
This made me laugh a lot. This was really good.
It was one of the worst own goals I've seen in a long time. It was awful.
It was bad.
Oh god.
And the fact that was the only way we were able to get on the score sheet kind of just tells you where Columbus is at.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. 6 shots, 4 off target, 2 on target. 4 of those were in the box as well. But yeah, not incredibly convincing. But you're right. You dominate possession all the time.
Almost every game.
Yeah, I mean, Montreal in comparison, 160 passes in their own half. In the opposition half. You had 330 in the opposition half. And 272 in your own half. I mean, the number of passes you're making is almost double what they're making per game.
We made about the same amount of passes in their half as they made the whole game.
Yeah. And what's even worse is you're getting 20 touches in the opposition box. Yet your expected goals is still 0.31.
Yep.
So just dancing around the edge of the box.
We don't have anyone who is. We were talking about this on my own podcast, but I don't think there's anyone on this team that at the beginning of the year, other than maybe Abu Ali, who's out for the year, who I'm like, this guy will have at least 10 goals this year. There's nobody on the team that fits that.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yep. Alrighty. SDFC fan. SDFC on top. Colorado just go down the rapids in Colorado and hit your head on a rock. I think I understood that. Did I? I might have read that badly. Everyone else can read it. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to move on from Wednesday. Let us know your thoughts in the comments about this weekend's games. Which one are you waiting for us to talk about the most? That'll be fun. But Jared, you were saying let's jump into some kind of other news, transfer news. I don't have much of this as ever because we don't need a lot of it. So I will head over to you, Garrett. Go and take the lead on this for a moment for me.
So, I mean, as far as transfer rumors, we only really have one, just a winger transfer with Williams Alaron. I think I'm pronouncing his name right, or probably wrong, from Boca Juniors. Currently in talks. The negotiations have kind of stalled. He was a potential winger option that we were looking at because right now we're kind of running with Moranchuk kind of on that left wing, which I'll talk about more about those problems here, which we'll talk about leading into this weekend's game. But the big one with the stock, our stocks kind of going up, is official now, and I'm still not sold on it because I haven't seen him play yet. But Bril Mbolo was officially announced this weekend, actually Sunday morning, as an Atlanta United player. He now occupies the DP spot that was previously occupied by Emmanuel Latiolate. Comes in $18 million from Stade Rennes, who actually, if we want to look at the French league, they tied PSG this weekend, so that's big. But yeah, Bril Mbolo is coming in as the potential going to be the starting forward. We'll see how long it takes him to get his visa in. Of course, he had visa problems when he came in here for the World Cup. Hopefully that gets resolved quick, or at least they have him kind of fast tracked at this point to where we'll be able to see him earlier on instead of having to wait that minimum 2 weeks. That's pretty much it. I mean, he was unveiled to the fans during halftime of the SKC game. He was out signing autographs with fans. The sports section gave him scarves and everything. He seemed to be enjoying his time out. So I think I'm excited to see what he can do, but I'm not holding my breath just yet because we know how bad the last forward we spent money on was. But I think now he knows about the number 9 curse in Atlanta and has refused to wear number 9, which he's worn a lot in his career. But he also is now wearing number 36, which he has worn in the previous clubs. So hopefully that stems something good coming into the rest of this year and next year. We'll just have to see.
How do you feel like he fits in your system? Do you think he's the right guy? I mean, your system, obviously the last couple of games, we've seen the Fafa kind of Miguel Almiron combination doing a little bit more and having that kind of similar mentality. How do you feel like he fits in your team?
I feel like he's going to be more of kind of like a dummy runner kind of forward, in my opinion, just because of the way we've been playing recently. We've been playing, and I said this for the past 2 games. I think we've been playing way better without having a dedicated striker.
Yeah.
And I think that it's going to add more of an element to it. The physicality is the big thing that really kind of stretches up to me that Latte didn't have, which is going to be a big plus. But we'll have to see how that fits into the whole system.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting move. I mean, also, what do you feel on the price? I mean, he's what, 29? He's 29? Or does that be past that?
I think he's either 29 or 27. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
He's up. He's late 20s. I know that. Yeah, he's 29. So he's holy crap, he's a year younger than me. So
welcome
but
to
yeah,
age.
Yeah. I've seen him play over in Germany. Didn't see him play a lot in France, so I'm not exactly sure what to expect. The price tag, it's kind of the going rate right now. Inflation's kind of gone up. You're not going to get a good striker for anything less than maybe 20, 25 mil. And I think we got a pretty good deal on him.
Yeah, I mean, for a striker, and I mean, he's reasonable money, I guess, isn't he? He's sort of very good. I mean, if this is Europe, he's good. In most leagues, you'd be going to a sort of bottom half table team, and you'd be getting a striker that could score you some goals. So I think he feels like a good move in terms of he's historically done quite well, right? We looked at the stats, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and he pretty much everywhere he went scored 1 in 4 games, pretty much, if you average it out over his career or something like that.
And I think he kind of stalled out a little bit at Rennes, though. Yeah, I think he had
1 in 3, 1 in 4. No,
he appeared 31 times, scored 8 goals. So
Bennett has a question here. Why didn't Kovac get a shot at striker? And he says, I think that's his name.
Yeah, Kovac got called up for a few games. It's just he couldn't do anything in those games. He wasn't getting service, so they run him back down to the 2s. He's still killing it out there. Add more to his goal tally. He's up there. I think right now he is cemented his place as the Golden Boot winner in the MLS Next Pro right now. So
15 goals in 18 games. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
It's good. So, it's not ready.
I would love to see him come in the future, but just knowing the way our organization runs, I'm not counting on it because we've had some really good players come from the 2s that have done well when they've come on to the first team. Big example, Nick Firmino was an immediate impact when he was brought onto the first team. Now he's over in Lexington. So that just shows you where we're at with players that have done really well in our youth system and our reserve system. When given a shot, been able to prove they can make it, they just can't really do anything.
Yeah. I mean, big money again.
That comment right there, it's just Jared on a different account. If you saw, he was just typing.
Yep.
I mean, this is also another huge money. I mean, comparatively huge money transfer for Atlanta United. I mean, what's that data? Isn't it like the top 10 transfers, and you have a bunch of them?
Yeah. As far as club wise, Brillambolo is the second highest incoming transfer for Atlanta. Latte was the first.
Yeah.
So, in comparison, Thiago Almada was third, and I think Thiago Almada had a lot more contributions and for the money spent.
I think you've got to say if you look at it and say Latte or Brillambolo, I feel like Brillambolo carries more weight as a signing that you'd think would be reliably able to do what you need to do, right? Am I the only one who thinks that? I'm not sure.
On paper, he's a marquee signing. I mean, we're playing him with a guy who did pretty well in the championship, not dominated, but did really well. It's different when you're playing top flight football, and Bolo's done that. He's done that consistently, and I'm just curious to see what
he's a good striker.
He's a good striker. My real question is that are we going to get Latte contribution numbers, or are we going to get closer to Yorgos Giacomakis numbers, which I would love for him to have a contribution that Yorgos Giacomakis had, because he was in the Golden Boot race when he was with Atlanta for weeks. And that's just something that I want to have happen. And we didn't overspend for Giacomakis, so there's a lot of pressure on him now. That this is the bar. This is where you need to be.
Yeah. And is that kind of answering Jared's question of, does Atlanta overspend per player, or do their incomers just fail?
I think it's a combination of both. It all depends on the system, the coaching staff, and everything else. I'm very against the front office deciding on who to sign as opposed to a coach.
Yeah.
Lotte was a front office hire. Was a front office signing. He wasn't a coaching signing. Because at the time when a lot of our DPs came in last year, Ryan Dyla wasn't even announced as the head coach. I think now that we've gotten Tata more involved with it and they trust him a little bit more because of his success here, I think that's going to play into our benefit over time, and we've seen it already.
Yeah, I think when you have that, you have to have a front office that really understands the coach that they brought in and really understands what they're trying to do. I think Nashville is probably one of the teams that I can think of that has done that well, because I know that Mike Jacobs knows exactly what he's trying to sign. But I think for the most part, most front offices are kind of looking at hey, this guy could be worth more money in the future. He might do all right as well. He might be okay. But he just, I don't think it's just locked in. I think you have to be super locked in with the coach and the tactic and the strategy.
I think our front office takes moments where it really cares about it and it really doesn't.
Yeah.
I will say this, ever since Darren Elis left us to go to Newcastle, the way we've run transfers have been questionable at the least.
That's been the same with Columbus since Neil McGuinness went to LAFC.
Yeah. So, when Darren Elis left to go to Newcastle, that's really where I felt with this club really starting to go downhill. Because a lot of the success in 2018, even though he was kind of already on his way out to Newcastle, was based off of moves that he made and scouting reports that he did himself. Now it's the owner's kid that's kind of running all that with John Spector and Chris Henderson. And yeah, I just don't know what to think about that. Spector, with him being a former Orlando player, I don't want him there just because there's bad blood there. He did play against us in two of the biggest rivalry games we've ever had against them. So yeah,
it's interesting actually. That'd be a fun topic to talk about somewhere. Is across football, historically, the greatest teams have always had great people in the background making the deals happen during their peak eras. Like Arsenal had David Dean in that 2004 era, and then he left the club, and it's been terrible until Berta came back in, and now Arsenal have won again. And I can think of a number of other clubs across the world where there have been moments that the transfer business was Liverpool are a prime example. Liverpool won the league was it Woodward that was running the transfers at that point in time, and then he's dropped out again, and they've dropped off. It's so interesting how pivotal that role is. I think in football, we don't even talk about it. We never talk about that role. We talk about the manager, we talk about who's on the pitch, and we talk about the ownership, but we rarely talk about that man, that kind of director of football kind of role, who's hiring and firing role on the playing stuff.
I think that's the reason Columbus was successful in the mid 2000s or early 2020s. It was Tim Bezpachenko, who was our GM.
And the reason why we failed is because Carlos Bocanegra.
I was going to say it's not just hey, he can find the right players. In MLS, you have to know how to work the salary cap system. You got to understand all those little intricacies to the way that it works in this league. Yeah. And the good teams are the people who hire people who know it. I mean, Greg Berhalter does both roles. He's the head coach and the sporting director in Chicago.
Yeah.
And that helps because he knows how he wants his team to play. And so he knows the kind of players he wants.
Yeah.
And he can just go get it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a big part of the team. Like you said, people don't talk about.
No, absolutely. All right. Let us know your thoughts on that in the comments, people. Hey, what have we got? We've also got T'other Jared, who's beating me up for mentioning Arsenal. Hey, I just know the club. What can I say? And I could mention it came to mind. David Dean, man. David Dean, and then Berta. What can I say? I know this club. But
before we move away from transfer news, I have some union info.
I have one crew thing too.
We're still there. They're still there. I'm doing T'other Jared's news quickly for us, and then we'll keep going. Looks like Chicago are set. I think it's Chicago is set to sign Anzor Mekavabishvili. Thanks for putting that.
Yep.
In there, Mekavabishvili from the Romanian league. I discovered, 25-year-old. He's set to be a DP for them. Interesting. Not a player I've even known. Just from the Romanian league straight into a DP role. I don't know what to say. I mean, Jared will know more than I do. Maybe he can check that in the comments and what I should know. But seems to be regarded for his passing range, is what I understand of him. And what a quick little search. Rumored to sign, I say. Rumored to sign. But yeah, seems to be known for his passing range. And for those who partake, he gets a 70 on FIFA as a ranking, which is what I found on my discovering as I was kind of searching around him and trying to find information about him. Not that I ever take any of that into account, but that's what I discovered on the way around and thought it was just a little funny number. But yes, the world's most difficult to pronounce player may be signing for Chicago. And I wish I'd not even bothered now. It was only a rumor. But there we go. Bennett with a quick comment here. Fingers crossed for the salary rule changes soon. I think these are coming. Seeing a lot of moves for Shah to Nashville on loan for a year where there's no way Nash can keep him unless they change the rules. I agree. There was, who else was it the other day who signed way too many DPs at centre back in defense? Who is it?
Philly has two.
Okay, well, no, hold on. I'll talk about that.
This is the theory, right?
That is. It's not staying that way.
I wasn't sure.
But
I was going to say
not
Philly,
staying.
right?
It's not staying that way. I can promise you that.
I was like, it's definitely a light bluish blue team. Which one was it? And I thought, thanks for jumping in there and helping. Yes, it looks like this might be on the change, right? Are we looking at maybe another DP potentially, something like that? Rule changes, teams
higher
getting
salary
ready
cap,
for roster
probably.
changes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right then, Jared, talk to us about that. Talk to us about both of those things.
So the first one that Tom Bogart is reporting is that the Union are very close to re-signing Mark McKenzie, former homegrown, but it won't be until January. I don't know why Toulouse does not want a summer transfer window and rather hold on to him 6 months into their season before letting him go. That's on them. But it is being reported that it will be a $2.5 million transfer fee, and he will be a DP. So on paper, does it look weird that we have a center back and left back as DPs? Yes, but from everything that I've seen, the only reason they are DPs is because of the transfer fee. And so it is likely Kai for sure will probably take a club-friendly deal because he has since talked about since arriving that he plans on retiring there. So I would assume that he would want to help the club be better. So he will probably get his DP contract bought down. And I would hope that Mark would do the same. So I think this is just kind of a temporary thing that, like, just logistically we have to do because the league laws force us to do that. And we have the ability to do that right now. And we don't really necessarily have the ambition to go out and sign big DPs. So we do what we can. So all that to say, I don't think that Kai or Mark will stay a DP. The only other rumor that I've seen, it was a report out of Brazil. We had a scout watching 19-year-old Gui Negao. He is a Brazilian striker who currently plays for Corinthians. Current market value is like $7.5 million. And he's been approached by several clubs for a loan, and Corinthians has made it very clear that they only want a full sale, which the Union are interested in doing. And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but they still have not paid us for Jose Martinez. So they still owe us over $1 million for that transfer. And so we were like, hey, if you knock down the purchasing price of Gui, we'll forgive the debt for Jose. And apparently they weren't too keen on that. So they would rather not pay us. So I know that Corinthians did have a transfer ban at one point. I don't know if that is still in effect. But as of now, I wouldn't put too much stock in Gui coming. It's also not necessarily the style of player that I want the Union to sign. He's not played very much for the first team. And his current market value is the combined market value of our two most expensive strikers who can't currently score in Bruno and Ezekiel Alado. So I don't really feel the need to spend that much money on another striker. We do need another striker, but the only rumor so far seems like one that's just not going to happen.
So I'm glad to hear it's not just Botafogo that's refusing to pay.
I was just thinking this. I was just thinking that about that payment situation. Can we quickly do a quick thought on this? Supposing, I know that we just said that they are not going to be DPs, but supposing they were DPs, I saw this as a chat significantly on X. People saying you cannot have your DPs as defenders.
I don't.
I disagree with that.
Oh wait. Is this a thought or like?
Oh, it's a thought. It's not.
Okay.
There was a number of people that said you don't do that. You can't win MLS doing that. It's just not possible. It's not the way it is, and you don't spend your money on that. But if you ask me, defense wins leagues.
Yeah, defense
especially in this league because no one spends money on the defenders.
Hey, you can flip DP from being designated player to defensive player real quick. So
maybe it's through Atlantic you're going wrong.
Yeah. Garrett, you mentioned Botafogo. Columbus Crew is looking at Santi Rodriguez, who plays for them right now.
You're not going to get
for New York City FC.
They'll take your money. They won't pay you.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he's a good player, but that's not a club you want to work with. And I don't know. I don't mind. I have a small issue with signing like fan favorite players from other teams. It's really hard to build your own legacy at a different club when you have such a big one and another one in the same league. People in New York love him. And I think it's very rare to find players in MLS that have huge legacies in multiple teams. Nagby is one of them. But it's rare to find a lot of players that can do that. Usually they play like Daniel Gazdag, top goal scorer in the history of Philadelphia, can't do anything for Columbus.
Thanks for the money.
Comes off the bench.
Comes off the bench. He has one goal this season.
Penalty.
On the run of play and 2 penalty goals. Yeah. So, no, I don't. It's the only thing I think Columbus has going right now. It's just kind of wild because it feels like every week for the whole past 2 months we've been doing transfers.
Yeah, you've had.
This is honestly,
so many.
And this is honestly one that I'm not super interested in. With this potential DP signing, who'd be our third DP. Our technical third DP right now is out for the year, so that spot is open. But with that, I was looking up teams that have 3 designated players right now. And in the West, only one team that's in a playoff spot right now has filled all 3 of their spots.
Wow.
And there's more there's 11 teams that have filled all 3 spots, and 5 of them aren't in a playoff position right now. So I don't know if having to fill your 3 spots is necessary, as long as you're building the rest of your team well.
It's necessary if you want to be league leaders.
I mean, it really depends on who your DPs are, right? I mean, Austin has 3 DPs, and they're bottom of the West, or close to the bottom of the West.
You got to make your decisions. That's the tricky thing. I think a lot of, Latilata is probably an example. We're sort of gambling on, will this player become what we need him to be and do what we want him to do? And I think an Embolo, for instance, is a much better choice as a DP. A Griezmann is a much better choice. A Messi is a better choice. They're players that I think make sense as DPs. I think you've got to be really on it in terms of who you're bringing in, and I think those slots are kind of there to be used on bigger names or known quantities or people who've had success at a number of clubs, maybe in Europe, maybe other places, more so than the homegrown kind of signing from another club. I'd say. I don't know what your take is on that. Let us know take on that in the chat as well.
I mean, the Union have used the U22 initiative more than anything, and over the past however many seasons, they've points-wise been one of the best teams in MLS. So it's like they've done something somewhat right. Like they've had this is our second bad season since 2020. So it's like there's some, even though it's frustrating, there's some formula that's working where we've been focusing more on homegrown / U22 contracts.
Yeah.
Just like your basketball team, you're trusting the process.
Hey, listen, it got us LeBron. So I mean, like.
Alrighty. All right, we're going to move it on, people. Thank you for hanging with us in the chat. I hope you caught that last comment there, Matt. Respectfully, Cruz.
Oh no, I was saying I 100% agree with that. Like, it almost feels like we're just throwing darts and hoping something hits. Well,
it felt different, but we'll talk about that in a second. We will move through to that. All right, we're going to start moving to the weekend games. The weekend games from this weekend. What do we have in here? Garrett, do you want to start with yesterday? I think that's pretty good.
We'll go ahead and start with the Sunday stuff. Obviously the big talking point we talked about already, Mbolo being announced as an Atlanta United player. But we had business to do going on, looking at our first 3-game win streak since 2021 against arguably the worst team in the league. About 2 weeks ago, this is the Wooden Spoon Derby of who is going to be taking home the Wooden Spoon. But of course, we handled business against Red Bulls and handled business against Minnesota. Started off hot. Jakob, again, another amazing goal. Surprisingly for one of our fullbacks to be, I mean, that's the one thing I like about Tata right now is that he's really getting the fullbacks really involved in the attack. Yeah. Sometimes it can burn you. Sometimes it really plays well. And against Kansas City, we exploited their weak spots in that back line. Fafa Picault off of another cross into the net, off of a Baez assist. Miguel Almiron got the assist on the Jakob goal. But of course, little 70-minute scaries when Kansas City did score, bring it 2-1, and they were kind of on the attack there. I mean, Kansas City controlled the possession for most of the game in the second half. We were dominating the first half. It just felt like we were kind of running out of gas, and the commentators made a point to it. It's like, is Atlanta playing flat or is it playing tired? And the question really, the answer really there was yes. The thing is, though, is we exhausted all of our subs in this game. We just couldn't. I was expecting us to probably go 3-1 up at one point. Speaking of which, that push in the box, that's not a foul. But the foul on the other end gets called off of a slightly worse not the worst challenge, but a cleaner challenge than just flat out bodying the guy. So I've said my piece on Tori Penso in the World Cup. She didn't officiate very well in the World Cup. Didn't really officiate. I mean, to her credit, she averages roughly around 4 yellow cards a match. It was below that. So that's at least good there. It's at 3. But the big one here as far as that is that coming out of this game, 3 wins in a row, first time since 2021, with a new signing coming in, being introduced at halftime. But the real question is now moving on into this weekend, the I-85 Derby against Charlotte FC. A place that we, in the regular season, have went up to them, tied 2-2, beat them in Open Cup 2-0. But the biggest question for us going into this next one is Baez. He's out with a yellow card accumulation, so he'll miss this game. So I'm more intrigued to see what we're going to do as far as in that left back position for this next week, and how Tata Martino is going to attack that in practice, and also see what Dean Smith is probably going to line up with for Charlotte, because I have a feeling they're going to try to exploit that right side on the attack, knowing that Baez is probably one of the better fullbacks we've had on this team. I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to do, if they're going to put Matt Edwards in there or what's going to happen. So a lot of question marks still to be answered for the rest of the week.
But I mean, what changed? What was the big difference in this Atlanta team? Because what I saw was much better on Wednesday night. And then again, you've just gone on to get another win. And it just looks like the team's turned a corner. What's the biggest thing behind that for you?
For me, I think it's now the guys have gotten comfortable with it. A lot of these guys came in during the offseason, had a lot of time together during the World Cup break. Of course, we had some mishaps prior to the World Cup, and also into the friendly we played against Kansas City, which scared me because Hoyos completely got to be off his line on that one. And I know SDSC was talking about that earlier in the chat. But yeah, I think right now the team is just gelling together. And that's a big part of what makes a team good, is that when you start gelling together. Miguel Almiron's not making nearly as many mistakes. I think Latte Lot being on the field was more of a crutch than it was a help. It's shown that immensely in these last 3 games. That's why I was like, we don't need a striker. I'm interested to see what's going to play out when we bring out Mbolo, and also with a healthy Charlotte that is going to be playing with a DP, because we didn't play against them with any of their DPs in the Open Cup, with the exception of Avada. In the game again at Bank of America, didn't have Zaha; he was already gone.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how we match up against a guy like St. Maximin going into this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was just taking a quick look at the kind of momentum stat. And you guys came out fast, get that first goal, grab that second one kind of against the run of play, it looks almost like, in terms of momentum, and then spend the rest of the game just kind of sitting it out. Is that how it kind of felt when you were watching it?
It kind of felt that way, yeah. I mean, I felt like we missed opportunities. I mean, the stats show that we didn't miss any big chances, but I felt like we missed opportunities to really exploit KC's back line, and we really didn't. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing to me is the defense and just getting tired. Just stamina is a problem.
And are you playing more counter-attacking football? Is that kind of where it's at now? Because I saw that Miggy goal with Fafa, of course.
Yeah,
really good combination there.
Tata's whole system is very much counter-attack.
Yeah.
It's not like in the past years where you have Pineda that was more long ball, or like with Ronnie that was trying to be more possession-based. It's very much counterattack. It's exploit the holes you got and exploit them quick.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense from kind of the.
Which is the way I like watching it, because like the old Atlanta team, the first stint with Tata Martino was all counterattack. It was all, we were going to ram it down your throat, and you better try your best to stop us.
Yeah,
and they could. Nobody could.
Yeah, no, cool. I mean, it's all changed for you. I mean, I feel like for weeks we were sitting here with you on the verge of, I don't know, crying, covering yourself in paper bags, wooden spoons, all sorts of different items from the kitchen.
Yeah, and now now we are 3 points away from a playoff spot. What a turnaround!
I didn't have.
I cannot believe that we might have a chance to make the playoffs. You talked to me prior to the World Cup, I wouldn't have believed it. But now I'm starting to believe a little bit. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid again. It's starting to get dangerous.
Here we go. Alrighty, cool. All right, let's move on from that game. Let's take a look at Orlando 2, Salt Lake 1. I mean, Orlando, I think, have been okay recently. Not great. Griezmann gets 2 goals in that one, significantly, after missing the first opportunity he had in that game, and not really firing for them yet, being a part of the team and not really making an impact, and finally makes that impact, gets star player of the match day, I think, from MLS as well. Not that I pay too much attention to that, to be honest with you, but Orlando doing okay in that one. And I think I expected more from Salt Lake after their kind of League Cup performance, and they've been doing okay. But yeah.
They're missing Gozo. That's the big thing for RSLs. They're missing that presence of having a player like Gozo in there.
Yeah. That disappearance is it's not helpful, is it? Crystal Palace have got him. All right, let's take a look then. Red Bulls 1, Chicago 1. I thought Chicago were gonna walk this, and it didn't happen.
Red Bulls are one of those teams where they'll come in and score 4 goals, or they'll be awful. Like they're not consistent whatsoever.
Yeah,
and that makes sense because they play the youngest team in the league.
Yeah.
Jared kind of talked about it last week. There's a lot of trap games in this league, and I feel like this one going into it, Red Bulls, regardless of who you are, is a trap game. Any given year, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not just me that feels like that, because we've always struggled against them, especially when we go there. So getting that win on the Wednesday was a surprise. Haile Selassie with a great goal there. Did you see the Haile Selassie goal in this game?
Yeah.
Really good finish from the edge of the box, wasn't it? Sort of cut inside. And then Harper with that kind of late equalizer for Red Bull. And then let's take a look around. What else have we got here? I'm going to mention it just because San Diego fan keeps wanting to mention it. San Diego 3, Colorado 0, even though that's not in the Eastern Conference, but we've mentioned it. We've acknowledged it. San Diego with a 3-0.
Yep.
Valkyrie Achuri Priani, getting the goals there against Colorado team. All right, then what do we want to have a look at? Charlotte 3, DC United 1. Again, Charlotte just scoring threes. That's the only way that it happens right now.
They've scored at least 3 goals in the last 3 games now.
Yep.
Crazy. I mean, I felt like this Charlotte team wasn't much to get excited about, but I feel like they've reinvigorated themselves in this post-World Cup era, post-Zaha era. As I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, was Zaha the problem?
A lot of Charlotte fans would agree with you on that and say he was the problem. Yeah, scored in their last 3 MLS matches, scoring 3 goals in that. Going into their next week's matchup against us, they've won 3 out of their 4 visits to Mercedes-Benz since joining the league. So this is gonna be interesting, considering the fact being we've only won the last 3 matches, scored 2-1.
And the way they're playing at the minute is very.
Yeah,
two counter-attacking teams against each other. I think so far when I've seen Charlotte goals, is recently have mostly been counter-attack goals with that pace they've added with St. Maximan, and interesting.
Yeah, it's scary. This is the one Charlotte Derby game where I'm like, okay, do I want to watch it? Do I want to be stressed out?
You gotta watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be, but this is not because Charlotte's a big rival or anything. I'm gonna celebrate this one a little bit harder because they are a very, very good attacking team. If we do win this one,
yeah.
And right now, FUTMob's got us on the poll as 50% favorites, basing off of form right now.
Interesting.
50% favorites. That's not really a favorite, is it?
There's also draws and losses. There's 3 points to it, so 50% is the 50.
It's 50.
Okay.
50% for an Atlanta win, 17% for a draw, and 33% for a Charlotte win.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I mean they've been very impressive. I think possibly the most informed team at the minute in terms of goal scoring. Anyway, getting goals after goals.
Mm-hmm.
And DC United, kind of. I don't know. I felt like DC United have been all over the map this season. There's just been ups and downs.
It's been questionable for them.
Full experience.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to some games that need to be talked about. Inter Miami 1, Toronto 2 is my first port.
Have a day, Josh Sargent.
Wild.
What a great start! This great goal of that to start off that game, and then to our dismay, me and Matt kind of laughed about this. Derek Etienne Jr. with a goal to put them up 2-0 in the 62nd minute.
I forgot he was still in this league.
Yeah, I totally forgot he was. Yeah, I was like, oh my god. When I saw that goal happen, because I was watching 360 during Matt's stream, and I was like, it's like, you're never gonna believe who just did this. And we both just like laughed at the exact same time. Derek Etienne.
I was like, I knew it was Derek Etienne when he said that.
Bennett knows it. Miami in the mud with extra D's. Again, we see a team dominate possession here and actually not get the win, which I think we're going to see again in a moment as well. Miami with significantly more expected goals, just not getting them. 10 shots, but only 3 of them are on target. 28 touches in the opposition box again. I just feel like it's not really that era of Emma. Like right now, possession is not winning anyone any games.
It happens all the time. It went from you just play kickball, then it started the whole tiki-taka thing, and then people figure out how to defend that, and that's just where we're at right now. Mm-hmm. Until someone figures out how to defend the defense of possession ball. So
let's give credit where credit's due, though. Let's give credit where credit's due. Toronto's been in great form lately, considering where they started off. I mean, right now in their last 5, they've only lost 1. They've tied 2, and they've won 2. So they've played very well. I mean, they are only out of a playoff spot right now, out of the wild card spot, off of goal difference right now. That's it. And yeah, in that 10th spot, I could see Toronto in their next game against New York City. They could make some noise. I think Toronto has finally found their form, and now that Josh Sargent transfer is finally paying off.
Yeah, it's taking a minute. I mean,
yeah.
I
also say Richie Larea. I wanted to mention that because we mentioned it earlier.
Yeah,
but I don't like the guy at all. I am a vocal Richie Larea hater.
As much as Messi, or just a little bit less.
He's just an instigator. He's the biggest instigator in the league, in my opinion. But that yellow card he got was ridiculous. What's his name? Rodrigo De Paul goes running down the side. He sees Larea come up to him, and Larea maybe touches him. I don't even know if he actually gets a touch on him, and he falls over. Right when he gets up on his feet, he goes to the ref and just does the whole yellow card, and the ref gives the card. And I was watching it, and you can see on Larea's face, he's just like, "What did I do?"
Yeah,
and I don't know. It's just dumb, and I hate it, and I really can't wait till Messi and friends leave the league. I know we talked about that earlier.
Welcome back to Messi Hate Monday, baby.
Yes,
we've been doing it all episode, though. We've been doing it all episode, thanks to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I've heard from a Inter Miami fan. So there was a Miami fan who was on the ISC committee who brought us the Shield last year, and he was saying that he can't wait until Messi's gone because he hates what he's done for his team. He's like I'm thankful for like the Shield, and then later that season like the cup, but like he's like I can't wait for him to be gone.
Wow.
So it's like their own fans, their own real fans are done and ready for him to be gone.
That's so interesting. And amazing that you found one. Well done.
It's funny too because
he came to me.
It's funny too because once they do leave, all those other people who are quote unquote fans will be gone as well.
That's exactly what I said on one of my rants online. I was like, we're all still gonna be here. All these plastic fans that are here, they have an expiration date. Like they're not gonna stay and pay attention to this team. Like all these people who are wearing Messi Miami jerseys are like do not care about this team. They're literally just here for one player. The second he's gone, they will not care less because Miami is not doing a good job of investing in the fans. They are investing in a player and hoping to cash in on a 3 to 5 year window, and then they're going to go back to being like the looked at easy win of the season.
They are cashing in.
I don't. Yeah, they are. I'm not even saying that, and that's kind of. I don't want to harp on this because we need to talk about some other stuff here. But I'm just saying that it's not. It's about the money. It's not about the competition at all.
No. I would say it would be hilarious though if there's something like mass immigration into New Boys in Argentina when Messi leaves, as everyone follows him because obviously they're dedicated Messi fans.
Hey! We if any team was gonna do the Newell's move, it would be us because as far as a legend at Newell's Old Boys, Tata Martino is a bigger legend than Lionel Messi when it comes down to actually playing for Newell's.
Yeah, no, that's funny.
Yeah, Tata Martino's got his name on the stadium at Newell's. So, yeah.
All right, last couple of things on this then. Inter Miami, goalkeeping issues, majorly. I feel like whoever they put in goal, they just cannot stop the ball going in. And I think Rachel, with her comment, was pretty astute 2 weeks ago watching them at Cheetahs Park, saying maybe it's time for the third choice to get a go because she thought he was the best keeper out of all of them in the warm-up.
Well, I think it's their defense. Like, they put so much money and effort into the attack, and so that kind of leads back to the conversation earlier. It's like you kind of have to have at least one like high-priced defender because they put all of their money into the attack, and now they have this super unbalanced team that like St. Clair's not a bad goalie. Like we saw him play phenomenally in Minnesota, win goalkeeper of the year. And like but he has no support. I mean, we saw it in 2024, like when or not 2024. Well, the first half of this year, like the Union sold off like so much of their back line over the past couple years. Blake had no support.
Yeah,
we were hemorrhaging goals. Like it's like, so I don't necessarily like, and it maybe they have a goalkeeper issue, but to me, it's more they have a defense issue.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I'm noticing is that they're all making mistakes. St. Clair goes with his feet this weekend. He probably should have gone with his hands and just smothered the ball. He goes with his feet, and that's how that second goal was scored. I just feel like there's a number of things that. I mean, there's a number of things. I mean, Bennett's comment about did Casemiro unbalance the team, I think, is quite interesting as a thought, because I don't know.
He did.
I don't think he adds a ton. He seems to be causing them more issues than anything. He scored an own goal. That was good.
I loved it.
And yeah, I agree. And I also liked Bennett's comment on Toronto finally getting healthy after being injured all season, which is of course also a factor in that kind of resurgence that we're seeing there. But yeah, I do. Is this it? Is this it for Inter Miami this year? Are they kind of dropping off? Are they gonna keep falling down like this, or do we think that they've got something to come back in with? Is the manager on? Is his time looking short?
It doesn't matter who the manager is there. It's Messi's team.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who's coaching the team. Like
we joked around about the LeBron James of soccer with Pulisic, but it seemed like now the LeBron James of MLS is Messi.
And I'm not even saying that
it's Leo Messi GM.
It is an issue, but that's not something I'm complaining about. I think that's just reality. I think if Messi wants something done, it gets done.
Yeah.
They haven't signed a coach that isn't either from Argentina or coached Messi in the past since he joined the team.
Man, it's a bit sad, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
It's a bit sad. He has to have his
we're going to see Pep Guardiola come to Miami next year.
Don't even speak that into existence. Don't you even dare.
Oh, that seems like it could be real now you say that. Oh, he's available as well, isn't he?
He's available.
Yeah.
He's going to do 6 months and come and win MLS Cup for them. Oh, please don't. Pep,
let's move on.
Pep, keep looking at Erling Haaland's haircut or whatever you were doing those weekends.
Yeah, that video was wild.
Yeah.
Keep doing that. All right. Last couple of things. We're saving the big one here. Quickly, yep. Jared, Austin FC 1, Philadelphia 1. Sullivan with a goal, right? Kevin with a goal? Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Had the red card rescinded and straight back into the starting lineup. Had a nice little goal, corner kick routine from Kai to Milan, back to Kai, who put it in back post to Nate, and Cav was right there with Bruno also waiting. So, love to see it. Again, started a game strong. Little disappointing to concede to Austin, a team that they've been playing better, but they're not doing great in the Western Conference. It was definitely clear that the heat got to us like towards the end of the game. But I think our defense stood on their heads, especially Neil Pierre had himself a heck of a game.
Yeah,
Kid is an absolute unit, and we are going to make an absolute bag on him. If not before the sprint season, after.
He's 6'7", right? Is that right?
6'7".
Yeah. I really think he needs to be getting a national team call up. Like the USA is kind of hurting for center backs. And why not bring in a young guy?
The man's played 6 league games and has 3 goals as a center back. He's been unbelievable. And I think this is the first. It's not the first time, but this is one of the games that I've pinpointed that he's actually had a stellar standout defensive game. He was getting back. He saved an open goal shot. So it was a boring game, and I was left. It was squeaky bum time for the majority of the second half. Watching the team get really tired out from the heat, because they pushed the game back 30 minutes because it's supposed to be 107 degrees at kickoff. So yeah, I think that was with heat index. But yeah, if we don't make over 20 million for Neil, I'm going to be a little annoyed, but I'm also going to be annoyed if he ends up going to Barcelona. Because I feel like that's the one team that I've heard that's interested in him right now.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you mean free Milano Lowski? He's been fantastic for us this year. You sold him to us. I don't want to hear it.
So Philly, I guess with a couple draws there, how are you feeling now? I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we were saying, wow, Philly look like they're going to just make an absolute resurgence, going to go straight for that final playoff position. How are you feeling now after a couple of draws?
I still feel good. Like, I think taking a point off of Miami at home is still positive. Like, obviously, you want to win your home games, but I will almost never complain about a draw against Miami, especially considering how the first game against them this year went, and just completely falling apart. And so I'm not mad at it. And again, like, I kind of take Saturday's game with a grain of salt because it was so stupid hot. So I'm still feeling good. The next 3 games are either home or just up I-95. We are headed up to the bedpan that is Sports Illustrated Arena. Yeah, if you haven't looked at it from above, it literally looks like a bedpan.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure that like it'll be a good game. It's always a good game when we play them. Obviously we just played them first game back from the World Cup break. Comeback win. So I'm hoping that we come out ready to play, but I feel like with Red Bull it's just kind of a toss up every single time. So yeah, I'm excited to have games that are close to home and not have to have the guys travel too much, because August has been insanely busy. Like, our guys are tired.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we need some rest.
Alrighty. Okay, here we go. You know what's coming, Matt.
Well, we need to talk about one more thing before we get to that.
Okay.
I want to point this out. Let's talk about the other Sunday game.
Oh yeah,
the Revolution versus NYC FC. I don't want to point out the scoreline with this one. I want to point out the goalkeeping. Matt Freese with 2 consecutive saves. I think if you're a New York City FC fan, all's forgiven for the World Cup. We're not forgiving him yet because we're not. He's not on our team.
Yeah.
But yeah,
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, great saves. I mean, he played a great game.
Yeah, definitely. Faith's been kind of restored in him, I think, to some degree, hasn't it? Especially by the club. I feel like they've had to put their arms around him.
Well, maybe not get him booed anymore. Just might.
It was big. It was a really big save.
Nah, he's still gonna get. He'll still be booed.
He'll be booed at every opposing team stadium. I don't think he'll get booed at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Jared's favorite stadium.
Fair,
but
yeah, it's the best stadium. In there. Yeah,
it's everyone's favorite stadium. We all love playing on a baseball field.
It's the Eastern Conference Roundup's favorite stadium. All right, let's do this. Only a few minutes. Everybody in the chat, let us know how you're feeling. Let us know your thoughts on the results this weekend. And Nashville fans, we are about to jump into a fairly divisive topic to some degree, but ultimately a win for Nashville. 3, Columbus Crew 2.
Yep.
Now, I spent 40 minutes of this game worrying about this moment right now. And it turns out I didn't need to, because we managed to get a win in the end. But
we lost Garrett.
I genuinely, all I could think about was how painful it was going to be after I've told you how good Nashville are all season, to sit here and talk to you about how we just lost you at home for the first time all season.
I told you before too. I was like, hey, just start your reserves. You'll still win.
One thing I will also say, we managed to get a historic win. This was a historic win. It wasn't just a win. The best performance in the first 21 games from any team in the history of MLS.
Yep.
This Nashville team on 49 points is the most anyone has accrued in 21 games. Ever.
Yep. By 3 points, right?
Yeah, but I was still pissed off about the game. I mean, Jared and I think, nearly had a fight in the chat on this, because it wasn't good. It wasn't a good performance. But Matt, talk to me. I mean, I thought you were going to win this for a lot of this game, and I was so upset about it.
Yeah, we didn't play well. I know you think we did. We've defended well, but we didn't. We took 3 shots that whole game. Like, that was it. We were not dangerous in the attacking third again, just like the Montreal game. We had 2 shots on target. We scored both of them. Awesome. The Farsi goal was fantastic. The free kick was fantastic. Baby, Nashville by a billion. But it just it's the same issue that Crew has had, where we're just not. We don't know how to play a game for 90 minutes.
That was the thing.
And yeah. And that's and the last 2 games before that with Charlotte and Montreal, we let in a goal in the first 5 minutes, and now we let in a goal in the last 5 minutes. We can't start well, and we can't close out games. And yeah.
Because I felt like from a tactical perspective, the first thing you guys did was put out Habrun. I can't remember who it was, but they went over and just overloaded Andy Nahar on the right-hand side in the early moments of the game. And I was just watching it frustrated every moment. Because Habrun, does he normally play on the right, not the left?
He's a floater.
Yeah. I always think of him on the right.
He's usually set up as playing on the right, but he floats.
Yeah.
If you see his heat map, he's all over the place.
Yeah. And so I was watching that and thinking, you've neutralized that kind of outlet, because that right back position is our outlet, and Nahar just was struggling so bad in those first few moments.
Yeah, like I said, I think we got it. I thought we, especially in the first half, I think we got it right tactically.
Yeah.
On the defensive end of the field, or maybe not even defensive end, just off the ball when we didn't have the ball. We were playing well. Didn't have to not just on our defensive third. We were neutralizing Nashville pretty well across the field.
We had no idea. You sat in a low block, and we looked like we'd never faced a low block in our life. We were just moving the ball.
And that was another thing. That's not normal for us.
No, I know.
We played as the underdog in that game, and we don't normally try to play as the underdog.
Yeah, that's the thing. That was what frustrated me so much, because you guys, the Gomez goal that you guys, well, no, it wasn't the Gomez goal. It was the Farsi goal, right?
The Farsi goal
started with Gomez, because I was thinking of you. I was thinking the first 20
I don't like
minutes,
Gomez. Yeah,
the first chunk of it, he didn't do anything. I was like, all right, what is he really adding? And I started watching him independently, and he drops into the base of midfield, plays a 1-2, and completely wipes out our team with just that 1-2.
The passing for that whole sequence up into the Farsi goal was fantastic.
Yeah,
it was the best passing sequence we had all game.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was one of the few very good passing sequences we had all game.
Yeah.
A lot of one-touch passes, people moving off the ball well. The touches in the box were perfect. Farsi's pass into the box, the 2 1-touches, Farsi continued on, got the ball back. That was excellent. That's what we want to see. That's what we expect from as Crew fans.
Yeah.
At least over the past 4 years or so. But it's not been norm, and like I said, that's probably the only time we saw that game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I felt so weird in this game. We ended up with a party. So I mean, Mukhtar gets that early goal fairly early, like first half an hour.
Okay. Well, I want to talk about that Mukhtar goal. I want to know your opinion on it. So as you see in the comments, the hashtag not Taha's fault. Our Discord had a 25-minute debate on why Mukhtar. Yeah, Garrett saw it. There's in our Discord, there was a 25-minute debate from the goal until halftime.
Wow.
Why? Continued on into the second half.
It was ridiculous.
But that was also a combination of the Borough fans just trolling in the Discord.
Yeah. What
was the debate? What was the debate, actually?
The debate was, whose fault was it, basically? And there are a lot of people saying it was Taha Habrun's fault because he let Mukhtar go free in the box, and he didn't track him well. Okay. Which I think is true. I think that's a big part of it. But no one defended the cross. No one defended Lovitz at all. He had free reign to look up, choose where he wanted to put the ball, and put it in without any pressure.
The crazy comment that I heard was Taha's not marking him. He should be marking him. I'm like, what's even his guy to mark?
Yeah. I mean, and that was the thing. Like, when you know there's an issue tactically when Taha Habrun is the guy marking Hani Mukhtar in the box.
It wasn't really that moment though, because it comes from a position where Lovitz has cut inside and hit it with his right foot. It looks like it's going out of play, and Mukhtar manages to smash it in. Just post, but
Mukhtar made a fantastic run.
Yeah,
it was a very good run.
But it looked like it was wrong because that's right behind me, so I sit right behind where that goal happened, and it just looked wrong from every angle that I was, because I'm sat here and looking there too, down where Lovitz is. So I was on the other side of the post of the goal, but clear view, and I was just shocked that it managed to go in, because Hani gets up with his left foot, which he doesn't normally hit with his left foot, and just scoops it up from such a close distance.
Well, there are a few things, and even what Bennett said there. Rufo Kaba was marking a guy that was marking Surridge, who Zawadzki was already on, and so we had two center backs marking the same guy. When the ball came in for Mukhtar, there was nobody within 10 yards of him other than Taha Habrun.
Yeah,
and to be fair to the people who were saying that, he let Mukhtar go free. He should have been tracking him, because he was tracking him up until he got to the box. But it was a total team meltdown defensively. There was the shot was a .07 xG shot. Like, it was a fantastic shot from Mukhtar. No one's gonna hit that well.
It was bad. Even the delivery from Lovitz wasn't very good. It was on his weak right foot. He never cuts in and hits it with his right. But I think that's kind of what's caught. I think that's what caught everyone out, because I didn't expect it, and I had to my player ratings at the end of the game remember. Oh wait, Lovitz did that cross with his right foot, and it kind of that's what happened.
But yeah, there was just a mess in terms of who was supposed to be picking up who, and that was, I guess, like what I was saying earlier with us defending well that whole half. We just had one breakdown and we got scored on.
That's what I was. So this is why I got frustrated with this game, is that I felt like Nashville didn't have a way of cutting through, and no one was running with the ball to attack you guys. I felt like we were trying to pass around the outside of you the whole time, and nothing was happening. And watching, Walesi and Palacios just pass to each other, literally just waiting for something to happen. But we somehow get that goal at the end from the corner to start with. That Reed Baker-Whiting gets that header and gets a goal. I mean,
that was another one. I was dissecting every goal, because I was like, how did this happen?
Yeah, tell me.
There was nobody marking him. Like, from before the kick was even taken, there was nobody on him. And me and Gabe were talking about it on our podcast, and it almost looked like we're playing a zone defense. And I hate zone defenses on corner kicks.
Right.
Like, it just leaves everyone free to make runs, and
I get it.
Yeah, and no one picked him up, and I don't know who took the corner, but they saw that and put it right in the spot where. Yeah, it was a great corner.
Yeah,
but it went right to the player that had no one on him, and
good delivery.
And you can't. What are you gonna do after that? And it was a good header. Heading it down is the right way to do that.
Yeah.
And
I was shocked by that. And then we get this goal in the very last minute, and Geodis Park becomes an absolute party fest. But for me, I was frustrated with the whole game up to that point, just struggling to just break you down. I felt like we should have made more of it, But I mean, Palacios plays that ball straight into the middle of your defense, and Andy Nahar manages to just get a goal. I mean, Andy Nahar looks so dead.
That was a amazing pass, by the way.
No, that pass was
a great look.
Palacios. It was Palacios. It wasn't Walesi.
Yeah, that was a great pass.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Well, there's two parts of that. Defensively, we were a mess. We didn't play that well at all. But Nashville was making all the right runs off the ball.
Yeah,
everything, like, you opened up the defense easily. And the fact that Nahar was even in that position is not somewhere, at least as a Crew fan, I don't watch Nashville every week, but that's not somewhere I expect Nahar to be.
We've changed, We've kind of changed how we play. We sit with the box in the midfield now, which players like Yazbek, who we're excited to see come back, are now a little bit kind of chained down because they can't really move. We have that box that kind of sits of the two centre backs and the two midfield players. And now our fullbacks will roam from inside to out. So they'll happily play sort of like inverted fullbacks, or they'll play out wide if they need to get the ball down the outside. So those are the two players now that are kind of more free to do what they like with Reed Baker-Whiting and Nahar. But Nahar was gone, man. I thought he was bending over from the 75th or 78th minute or something like that. Every time he ran anywhere, he was then bent on his haunches, bent over.
Did you see what, like, right before that play, what your coach was yelling out?
It was like 2 minutes more or something, wasn't it?
He's like, I just need you to give everything for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And 30 seconds later, he scores.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I mean, and that's the one goal where I'm just like, props to Nashville, because you guys tore us
BJ
apart.
Callahan basically just told his team, "F it, we ball."
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the movement on that goal, that's the kind of movement you get from a team that's trying to win things.
Yeah. And I mean, I think I was frustrated on the night, and my content was pretty frustrated. And lots of people agreed, funnily enough. Like, I was kind of appreciative of that. I felt like I was going to be the one person saying this, but lots of people were frustrated with the way that we played and didn't enjoy watching what we did for most of the night. But looking back on it, then the next day I thought, well, we managed to get a win out of something that looked like a definite defeat. And I would have taken just a draw. I mean, I was shouting to go for it, and then I changed my mind, and I stopped shouting that in the stadium. I thought actually 2-2 is fine, and then we still managed to go and get a win. But I mean, for teams that win things, typically they can grab those kind of results out of something that looks like a sure defeat.
I mentioned it in our group chat, but like, Columbus has dropped 19 points from winning positions this year.
Yeah.
If we kept those points, we'd be second in the league right now. That's how big not being able to hold leads has been for us.
Yeah.
It's the difference between second in the league and last place.
It's insane.
And yeah, I don't know what the deal is with Columbus at this point. I don't know how you fix it. And I don't know if it is something you can fix with 13 games left in the year.
It's been a roller coaster for you guys, hasn't it? Because I thought after I mean, I don't know about you, Garrett and Jared, but after the World Cup, I thought you guys changing out all your players. You looked like you were on a bit of a roll. You looked like you were getting results. Obviously, Leagues Cup.
Yep.
You hadn't stormed.
Well, and that's the thing. We still have 2 cups that we're still in. We were in the quarterfinals of Leagues Cup and the semifinals of the Open Cup.
And you didn't really rest anyone for this game, did you? Particularly.
That's the thing I was really concerned about too, because we played Club America in 2 days.
Yeah. It was I was shocked at that, because I went on my, I do my predicted lineup, not my predicted lineup, my lineup every time it's been announced before the game. And I was obviously explaining to people that follow me that this is a strong Columbus Crew team. I'd said in my preview that I thought it would be a weaker team. And then I was announcing, because they don't, the very average MLS fan does not know really who's on everyone's roster and where they're, So I always try and give an idea of this is a strong team or there's a few weaknesses here. And I was shocked to see who you put out.
We played close to our best 11.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And
I was shocked by that. But yeah.
And with close to our best 11, we got 3 shots off in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, where are we? So what do you see now? Like from here on, are you even going to? I mean, you're still trying in MLS, evidently, but do you think you're going to make anything?
If I'm the coach, I'm putting everything into the cup competitions until we're out of them or we've won it.
I mean, it's 4 points between you and a playoff position.
But it's been 4 points for a month almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we've gotten 1 point out of our last 4 games.
Jared.
And every team around us is getting better.
One of us.
You can even see Garrett and Jared. Both their teams are on the up right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's only 1 point between you and Atlanta United, but it's the form, isn't it? It's the form.
Well, it's the form. Atlanta United has won
last 3.
What, 3 straight? Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, 3 straight. First time since 2021.
We've won 1 league game since the World Cup break.
Yeah. The first one. Sorry,
yeah,
5 games ago.
Yeah.
In fact,
Philly
you
has
and
won.
Nashville
Philly has won as
form. We've literally got inverse form. We've won the last 3, drawn 1 and lost 1. You've won 1, drawn 1 and lost 3.
Yeah, every team, like I'm not even, I don't think there's any team that I can say doesn't fit into this, but every team that was out of a playoff spot a month ago has gotten better over the past month, except for Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Philly has depth issues.
So Columbus doesn't have Columbus doesn't have a player on this team that has more than one open play goal this year.
Martinez was something that intrigued me as well. He came on, ran around a bit, and that was it.
He has done nothing in the 3 games he's played for us.
No, I know.
And I'm happy.
Absolutely
I'm
nothing.
Look at the grin.
Absolutely nothing.
I'm so happy that he's doing nothing for you guys.
This is the last thing I'll say before we move on from it. But I was also looking at just who our goal scorers are. Our top 5 goal scorers this season, only one of them still plays for us.
That's insane.
And that's Daniel Gazdag.
Okay, you're in a mess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. I want quick thoughts on this. Do you guys, from a non-Nashville perspective, I want to see this quickly. Do you think this is it now? Nashville secure the Supporters' Shield, and then how far do you think MLS Cup potentially? Do you think that's it? Is that kind of written now?
I don't think so.
I think Nashville has to have a huge drop off to not win it at this point. You guys have 2 losses this year, right?
Yes.
And
we've not lost at home yet.
And you're 10 points clear?
10 points clear of Miami. This is the best start in MLS history.
9 points clear of Vancouver.
And 9 clear of Vancouver, yeah.
I don't.
I mean, if Nashville keeps pulling off these struggle wins, yes.
Yeah, but also
I think it's locked out.
Supporter Shield doesn't mean anything if you don't like turn up in playoffs. Like we saw it last year in Philly. Like we were like clearly the best team in the league throughout the season, and then like we just fell apart like second round. So it's like,
yeah, sure,
like you could be like have one hand on the Supporter Shield, but like unless you keep like all it takes is running into the wrong team in playoffs. Like be honest, Tyler. Like, do you want to play Philly in playoffs?
I don't really mind. I don't fear anyone.
If the Union continue their form, do you want to play us?
I genuinely don't fear anybody with this team. The fact that we can get these stupid wins like Columbus Crew the other night and just look like that's what champion teams have always done in my experience of football. I don't think there's a single team. Vancouver in their press, I don't like. I don't like Vancouver in their press. I don't want to face that. That's actually something that I do fear.
There's no guarantee that you'll play them if you get to the final.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. Yeah. And that's actually the only team that I'm worried about. I don't see anyone else that I think we couldn't beat them.
I want to make this point too.
Chicago.
I want to make this point too because Jared brings up a good point here. With Philly winning the Supporter Shield last year and Miami winning it the year prior, in the last 2 playoffs, the Supporter Shield winner didn't make it out of the first round.
That's okay. Do you know what? I also think my Champions Cup experience this year gives me confidence as well. Having played a number of games that were, over multiple legs, managed to go to the Azteca and win. I mean, this team isn't like it's inexperienced this year, and we've just added more strength in the left wing position with a Bundesliga left winger. I don't know. I'm struggling to fear anyone.
I take back what I said. Philly did win their first round.
Yes, we did.
First round game last year.
The league's been around for what, 30 years? This is the 30th season, 31st season.
Yep, 30th.
There's only been 8 times since the league started where the Supporters' Shield winner was also the MLS Cup winner.
Yeah,
and it's only happened, I think, once in the past decade.
What's the distance on
LAFC.
Points between those winners and the Supporters' Shield? I've been intrigued to see what the distance was on points between Supporters' Shield winning and then coming in second. I mean, I honestly, this club is new. This club is a baby, so I don't mind if we just win the Supporters' Shield and that's another trophy to go with the Open Cup. I say we're in a project. The problem is we've gone so far now this year that it's almost like a now or never type thing. It's gone from being, oh, this will be nice for year 2. Like last year was win a trophy. This year is win another trophy and build the team. Next year is build the team so we've got incredible depth, and now we can maybe challenge and then 4 and 5 you try and actually win an MLS Cup. But I think because of how far we've come, it's now at that point where if we don't redo it now, then Mukhtar starts aging out, Espinosa starts aging out, Nahar starts aging out. It's almost like it feels like we've gone from being, oh, maybe we can try and do something, to, oh, this might be now or never, because we've just added 6, now got a midfield depth of 6 players that can actually play there. We have multiple left wing options now. The only place we don't have options is left back. And that's our only weakness, if you ask me, is Lovitz. When he comes on, he's aging out and he's not as strong as Reed Baker-Whiting. But I don't know. I mean, how do you think we compare? Who do you think beats us? Who beats us, obviously?
I mean, anyone can beat anyone, right?
It's MLS, buddy. Any given Saturday.
Well, no one expected us in 2024 to beat that Miami Super team, and we beat them. And we came out of a wild card game that we struggled against Montreal.
But when you've lost 2 games all year,
doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
Doesn't matter.
I mean,
that best of 3 series tells a lot more about a team than the regular season does.
At least for cup competition, it does.
Yes.
For a cup competition, but that's a crazy statement that 3 games changes what someone did for 25 games, whatever it is.
No, but I mean, did you expect to lose to Orlando?
Did I expect to lose to Orlando? We weren't strong when we came. We weren't strong when we came back from the break. We weren't looking good. We were very injured.
Yeah. Okay. And then Chicago was the other loss, right?
Yeah, that was stupid. That was like 19 seconds of some wind. That was ridiculous. That was the worst game.
But that can happen in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, but you got 2 more to change that, haven't you?
You have what?
You have 2 more games to change that, though. At the start.
Well, I mean, it can happen. I mean, maybe in the first round, but that can happen in the final.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm just saying you're not unbeatable. You're not unbeatable.
No one's unbeatable. Yeah. Tigres beat us
in
the Champions Cup with a 1-0. I don't fear anyone, and I should fear someone. I would fear Inter Miami, but I don't now.
That's called complacency.
Man, I don't know. I just think we're good. I've just watched so much football in my life. I think we're good, man.
No one's saying you're not good, but it's any given Saturday. Like, you can see crazy stuff happen.
I thought Saturday was the day, man. I thought that was it, and then we went and won. I was like, we're screwed. That's it. This is the Saturday we lose. We lose our Gearless Park, thing.
Garrett can attest. Garrett can attest to this. But in the 90th minute, I said we're probably going to let in 2 goals and still lose this game.
I can't believe that. I thought we were done.
Yeah.
I thought we were done. And I thought that was it. I thought that was that moment, I did think it was that moment, and it didn't happen. So I'm intrigued. I always want to get other people's takes, because I just talk about Nashville and then it's a bubble. But you guys think we're gonna get battered somewhere.
I don't think we get battered.
No one here is saying Nashville's gonna get battered. We're saying you can lose.
You just want us to lose, is what you're saying.
You have to win every single game. I mean, after the first round to win the playoffs. You lose 1 and you're done.
Yeah.
I mean, last year when we won the Shield, going into every single game, I was terrified.
Yeah. I would be. I just think I've been so impressed with this team. But it changes, of course. When you're playing knockout football, it's a different thing. And it requires a different mentality to some degree. But the fact that they said never say die on a random Saturday night, way before this is done, against Columbus Crew when they thought they were going to get beaten, just changed my opinion a bit.
I can't back Jared's comment. I can't.
Why?
No.
Other Jared?
Hot to take to say since he could get a result versus Nashville. I think so.
I hope Nashville drops 7 on him.
Especially Evander.
Yeah, I hope Evander scores an own goal.
Oh, man. I think that's what I mean. I've been thinking that. I'm at the point where I feel like the loss is coming. We've got to lose somewhere. And I thought Columbus was the game. And then we didn't. And I was frustrated watching it. But then on a reflection, think, how did we not lose it? But there we go. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think is going to take this Supporters Shield for a start? And then MLS Cup, who are your front runners? I mean, who are your other front runners for that? Quickly, who are your other front runners for this MLS Cup potentially?
Vancouver, Chicago.
Yeah. Vancouver.
I'm not going to say Miami because I don't think Miami is going to do it.
Are we talking out of the entire league? I mean, right now Vancouver and Nashville are the favorites. I think looking at it completely as far as a dark horse standpoint, San Jose maybe.
We don't have a record of dark horses on this show.
If you look at the goal differentials, Vancouver and Nashville are in a different league than the rest of the league. It's no one's close in either division.
And that's why I'm not scared of anyone.
Famous last words.
I know it. That's how football works. That's how football works. But if we're gonna sit here on a show and just be like, maybe, then there's no fun in that, is there?
Like, yeah. The thing is, I don't know. I think there could be a big change within the next month or two.
Oh, for sure.
MLS, especially playoffs, is all about form. And if the team comes in, like Jared said, if Philly somehow gets into a playoff position, it means that they're going to be in good form going into the playoffs, because at the point they're at right now, they're going to have to make up 6 points at least to get into a playoff spot.
I think
to get into when I'm saying get into a playoff spot, I'm not counting the wild card.
Okay, I
don't count the wild card. Yeah.
I think Chicago. I do think Chicago is a team that I am somewhat concerned about. I think they especially with Lewandowski, I don't like what he could do in a big moment.
I think Nashville and Chicago are the two most complete teams in the East.
Interesting.
I think the only reason Miami is even up there is because they have Messi.
Oh, I mean, he gets that goal of the week at the weekend, doesn't he? I mean, he's definitely part of that.
Like Miami is based off Messi magic, and they're not a complete team. They have a ton of goals.
The fact that their goal difference is only 9 and they're in second seems insane.
Mm-hmm.
If you really think about that.
Yep.
That seems like it's way off, isn't it? But they've had.
Honestly, no other team in the East for me, I feel like could make a run. Maybe Charlotte.
Charlotte's form is definitely there, right?
Yeah. They're 3.
Charlotte doesn't play well in big games though.
I'm intrigued to see Toronto now as well. Also, after we said this about their kind of fitness regaining and stuff, I feel like they could definitely make a strong push towards playoff.
This is a hot take, and Garrett and Jared probably will not like this, but I would not be surprised at all if the 9 teams that are in position right now are the 9 teams at the end of the season.
I don't care as long as we don't win.
It's not a hot take.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it is a hot take. Yeah, I just think, just looking at the table, I think those teams are better than the teams that aren't in position right now.
I'd rather continue to play well, stay away from the spoon spot, set up for sprint, and set up for the new calendar, and just go from there. Don't get my hopes up.
New York City is another team that I don't know if I feel like they're going the other way. I think they're coming out of these playoff spots.
I'll just say this real quick. You just talked about the wooden spoon. You know the last time Columbus won the wooden spoon?
Is it really winning?
It's winning.
Yep, it's a trophy.
I'm going to guess early 2000s.
2006.
Wow.
Was the last time we were the last, and we're 4 points out of that right now.
It's like a 10-year anniversary thing.
20-year anniversary on that.
20-year anniversary.
Well, you did it on your 10-year anniversary. You could do it on 20. Yeah, you could do it again.
Yeah, we did. And then 2 years later, we won MLS Cup for the first time. So teams
there you go. That's
teams go up and down in MLS all the time.
We nearly had that.
Well,
very bottom of the couple years ago, didn't we?
So just looked it up. The traditional 20-year anniversary gift is China, so that's appropriate considering it's a wooden spoon. That's appropriate.
Yeah, this will be your 30th year, right? So time to.
They're an original MLS club.
Exactly.
Alrighty. So I got one more thing to talk about before we go ahead and close everything out.
Wow, this is the longest show in history, but we'll do it.
So quick thing here. And I talked about this in our chat. crazy match week this last week, just on the weekend alone, on Saturday alone. 44 goals across 13 games.
That's
Still
insane.
at the most in league history. It's not the most in league history. The most we had in league history was back prior to the World Cup on May 14th when we had 58 goals. So, and right now, outside of like one season in the 60s for the English top flight, MLS is on top, at least in the 20th century, as far as goals in a single match day.
Don't forget, though, it is the most boring league in the world, according to my TikTok.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly. Considering the fact being that we've had so many goals. Average 3.4 goals per game on Saturday.
I had someone in my TikTok the other day who said if this game had, it was the Wednesday night one, the 1-0 that Nashville won, it would have been, he said, oh, if this had been Spain, this would have been 7 by now.
Cool.
Sit down.
Absolute nonsense. I mean, yeah, absolute nonsense. But there
if you can't get behind it after a 44-goal match day and watching like an MLS 360 while it's all going on, you don't need to be watching the sport. I'll say that right now. Yep. If you don't get excited about that, I don't know what to tell you. You're not a soccer fan.
Yeah, people don't get it right.
No.
All right. Are we all good? Is everyone done? Everyone said everything they needed to say. This is the longest show I think we've ever done. I appreciate the people that are still here in the chat. You are massively appreciated for being here. And I'm going to do one last run through of the Eastern Conference. I'm so sorry, Matt. But at the bottom, Columbus Crew on 20 points. Montreal, 21 in 14th place. Philly, 13th with 21. Atlanta, 12th with 21. This is so close down here. There is movement, very capable. Very much possible. DC United dropping out into 11th with 24. Toronto also with 24. Orlando City also with 24. So that's 3 teams, 9th to 11th, all on 24 points. Just the goal difference separating them, I think. Then New York Red Bull, 26 points. New York City FC, 27 points, tight up there in New York. Cincinnati, 31, Matt's favorite team. Charlotte FC, 32 points in 5th. New England Revolution, 4th with 34. Chicago Fire, 36 points in 3rd. Inter Miami, somehow clinging on to 2nd place with 39 points. Nashville SC top it with the best start in MLS history with 21 games played and 49 points. Alrighty. There it is, people. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you ever so much for people being in the chat. Love this from Pooper B saying, great show, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Garrett at 5 Stripes Carolina, available on TikTok, is the main place for you, isn't it, Garrett?
Yep, and I'm also on X as well. Mainly just post stuff about what's going on with transfers and, of course, anything that's going on in the games. But yeah, those are the 2 places you can find me at. We'll have some more content on the way coming up soon. Another match day vlog outside of MLS content. And then, of course, live streams and also an appearance on another podcast later on this week.
Amazing. Matt's at the Crew at 4. Matt is at For the Crew podcast, which you can find on any platform you listen to your podcasts.
Yep.
On TikTok, X, Instagram, which is now the heart of the community. And then we have Jared. Where can we find you, Jared? Other than at Philly games, leading the troops.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and on TikTok. Usually just ranting about stuff. I do like post-game reactions to games. I usually don't do live streams because I'm either at the game or doing, or I'm at a bar. So yeah,
amazing.
I just started doing TikTok within the last year or so.
Amazing. And then Jared, of course, Jared, who's not here. Apparently, I'm ignoring him, but I did see he said, am I appreciated? Jared, you are very much appreciated. But I didn't say it because you're already on the stream, because you're already here. So it's kind of weird that you messaged Jared. I'm not really sure what it's about.
I don't know. I just need extra love. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just need to make it known, Jared. Okay,
good. His Chicago Fire persona is kicking in right now. He's really itching to take off that.
Hang on, I gotta switch jerseys.
Yeah, okay. That would be a real turnout if you actually have one. Just like turn around. Alrighty.
He just walks off, and other Jared walks in.
Just for reference, anybody that's in the show, we've never seen both Jareds in the exact same place with their cameras
in
on.
the same place at the same time.
I think he's like Professor Quirrell from the first Harry Potter. He just turns around and he's got the other Jared's head and the Chicago jersey on. I think that's what we're expecting.